Okay, that should have started it. Okay. Come on.
I hope the weather's nice like this tomorrow
There
as
we
well.
go. Okay.
Tea parties
Alright.
are a must for the well-mannered.
No, no, not for right now. Now, before I get started with Navia's story quest, I just wanted to say that I did some calculations after I ended yesterday's stream about getting Navia, and may or may have not had to spend some to get some, and I was lucky. But in the end, I got her a weapon. Oh, it was so. I honestly got so lucky. I only had enough for another two temples, and luckily I got it in the last one. But yeah, got her weapon. It's lit. That's all I wanted to say. Yes, I got the axe. I know I couldn't get it in yesterday's stream because we ran out of primos and I didn't get it. But now I got this, and I got a new, another mist splitter I can use for someone else. So that's cool. Now I have three mist splitters. I cannot max the axe just yet, cause I go kill something. Trust. Ever since I got the axe, or ever since I got Navia, this region has never seen such massacre. I've literally went through each and every island, just killing everything. I even I should have saved it as a clip, but I even killed like three birds that was just chilling on the floor. There's a boar over there, but I won't kill it. But yeah, I have killed so many things. At some point, I actually started to run out of things I could kill.
This one's got your name on it. A proper send-off from the Spina with
Now, I've
love.
noticed that her burst doesn't do that much damage, and I think that's because it's not meant to.
Feeling lucky? This one's got your name on it.
I think her burst is just meant to do crystallization reactions. Now, I find it easier if you're fighting a elemental-based enemy, like a slime, because crystallization reaction is it can trigger a lot more often. But anyways, let's go ahead and do Navia's story quest. Yes, Navia, like honestly, the good thing about Navia too, her skill generates a lot of energy particles, specifically Geo. So for someone who uses Noel, but unfortunately her energy recharge, I mean, it's higher than what it was before. She struggles to make energy back, but with Navia now, it's spam or burst.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Actually, hold on, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw the plot of her story. I think it's about a criminal, I think, right?
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
Poisson.
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that,
Oh, that's right. And I
I've been
also need
making
to
a
do
lot of trips between the court and
some
Poisson.
world bosses.
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Oh, spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
Also, I'm not sure if she has new bodyguards since Silver Malus died in the previous Archon quest, I think, right?
And then, since Malus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't
Oh.
have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Oh, okay, I'm assuming this one is meant if you don't want to continue on and you want to leave off. And I think this one actually starts the quest. So I think the moment we choose this is going to start the quest. If not, we can just choose this. Okay, then what's the point of this being... What the hell? I can't. Oh, alright.
Alright, follow me. I'll take you there.
Oh. No, it's the other way. Well, it's not the other way. It's completely different. That one just automatically teleports you. The other one, I think you make your own way.
The
Interesting.
engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
right.
always thought.
Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head. But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out.
There we go. Did you see Navia there?
It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably
Okay.
don't remember her at all.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward. Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
Oh, wow, that just teleports us.
We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new Poisson.
I actually didn't check this. I only went in it for like quite a bit, but I didn't actually get to look around and see if things had actually
Navia,
changed.
do you think she's doing all right?
She seems to be managing. She's always been having to cope with things, to one thing or another. I mean, she's from what I see, she's
Okay.
managing.
Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
Also, I can feel pink eye settling in my left eye. I gotta stop itching it. Is that a big fish? I don't think that was ever there, right? That's a huge fish. Very huge. So anything down there?
Watch where you're going. You get hit by my wrench. It's your own darn fault.
Okay, damn.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again,
Level
Florent.
100
Is
fish.
it your
Yeah.
turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me. Modeling a few poses, of course.
Well,
Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine. Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent,
yeah, me
let's
too.
grab some reference
What?
shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
Shouldn't you be the running the
Well,
show?
I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to
Yeah,
start
they call
posing
it like
whenever.
it's still called a camera, but they use there's like a play on words here. Instead of using a C, they use a K. I think many things in here, even though they should be spelled the way we spell it, they either like replace a letter that sounds similar. So it's still, I think, still technically pronounced a camera, but it's not the way we would spell camera. I wonder though, depending on the pose you choose, is what the statue is gonna come out as. And I wonder, like, if that statue is not just permanently gonna be like that. Something imposing, looking into the distance. Why don't we just strike a happy pose? Let's. Although this could also just be like. I think. Hold on, let me actually see this. Hold on. Just in case, I think I'm gonna choose this one.
Ah, by that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Bruh.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
But there's something off with the composition.
Yeah.
This pose makes Mr. Callus look too tall next to the lady.
Huh?
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Okay, so yeah, see, it is one of those that you just get to try every single option, I think. Unless one of these options was the right one to begin with. Let's see. Then we strike a happy pose. Let's see this
A
one.
happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Well, at least we got every single dialogue option.
Can one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
Oh, yeah, at least I got every single dialogue option.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
I serve it's your classic. Yep, it is. Actually, no, it's not.
This pose! It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's glorious golden age.
So yeah, I'm assuming that was the right pose all along. But we did get to see every single option, dialogue, and at least choose every single option.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Huh?
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias.
Oh, okay.
You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time.
Yeah, we didn't get to see all of them.
Oh, outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, I think I do.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But How could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
I'm assuming, yeah, by the end of this story quest.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Yeah, by the end of this story quest, I'm assuming we're obviously gonna find the right pose.
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought.
What was he in there for?
After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home.
Oh yeah, we do get to see the statue.
You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
Interesting.
But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Not necessarily with the prophecy, but he did do some pretty messed up things.
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before, so you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Bruh.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
Poisson equals Spina Fontaine equals France. Pretty sure that's correct. I mean, yeah. The Fontaine is not obviously not supposed to be based off of France, but it does it's supposed to be like France in here.
About that.
Yeah, for example, Mondstadt takes inspiration from Germany, Liyue from China, and Azuma from Japan. Sumeru from the Middle East, I think, and a little bit of Egypt because of the pyramids down by the desert. And then Fontaine is obviously France. I'm not too sure about that one from Sumeru. It's somewhere in that region. Although I know that the desert area is supposed to be based off of Egypt.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, Even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
Still waiting another city based on the USA. What would that be though? We only have two regions left after this. We have Natlan and Sishnaya. Sishnaya, I'm pretty sure. Well, not pretty sure. Um, I'm speculating that it's gonna be based off of Russia. Natlan. We got little hints of Natlan. We obviously got a character that we for sure gonna see in Natlan. But what you call it? What's his name again? Navia did say that Natlan is known, or at least their Archon is known as the god of war, and how pretty much the whole region is pretty much like thrown into war. And if I'm not mistaken, we're actually gonna be meeting the captain there. I'm pretty sure too. I forget who told us that, but the captain also is over there doing his own things and with wars. Also, it's a nation of dragons. I'm pretty sure, although not your typical dragon like how Nebula is.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
POV, they added regions of every country. Be like, oh, if they added every whole like, what would North Korea be? What would like pretty much any other country be? The U.S. Oh, there's actually a meme going around back when Sumeru came out of Paimon going like, wait, healthcare is free in Sumeru, and then it just plays the American anthem, the United States anthem with the American flag.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Luce and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Luce. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
North Korea's plot. It's ruled by a dictator, and you kill the dictator, and then the civilians rebel. Yeah, I could see it happening. It's kind of similar to Sumeru's plot. Not too similar, but sort of similar about the sages pretty much taking control over Sumeru. And, well, not enslaving their people, but like pretty much robbing them of their dreams.
Hey, keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Yeah, Melusa's the older one, right? Silver's the younger
Oh,
guard,
let's sit
bodyguard.
down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, but also like in like depending on what region it is, obviously, they will take inspiration from that region. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, actually, hold on, we're not gonna go here just yet. There's a dog down here whose name I think is Croissant. Like it's the most French thing you can see. I think it's below actually. Let me jump off. There's a dog over here called Croissant. Should be inside. And it should be this dog right here, right? Oh no, it's not Croissant, it's Baguette. It's a Baguette. Yeah, but I'm saying like the way they will also speak like poisson. You have to say it like that. You can't just say poisson. You have to say like poisson. You have to at least like emphasize on the son part. Also, like even like Navia, let's say in the Oratrice Mechanis. I forgot what it's called. Like the Oratrice Mechanis.
Someone
Delanis
needs
Cardinal, I
assistance.
think, right? So does he actually say in one of his lines? I keep. There we go. I've seen so many memes of it, and I still can't pronounce it. Or at least forgetting how to pronounce it. Oratrice Mechanis Delanis Cardinal, I think. Does he say it? Right. No. I think. What about your? How about Oratrice Mechanis Delanis? Yeah, it's dog seems bigger. Yeah, but everything here
I'll
is like,
catch up.
like there's some French two names similar to Sumeru, for example. Where is she? When she came out, the normally people would just call her Candace. Although I think even the game calls her Candace.
Welcome, weary traveler from afar. Nights in the desert are
No.
cruel.
Hold on. I think I need to go to a different character. Dea, where's she at? I think. Let's see how she pronounces it. I think we have to go like about and then. I don't have it. Oh. Wait, what's my friendship with you? Wow, it's 3. Okay, who I think Nikita, do you have any lines about her? Me still wonder what happens when a German and Russian start yelling at each other. How about Candace? Oh yeah, but apparently, okay, I don't expect Frina to have any. I think Sino might have something, right? Well, that depends. Where's Sino? Now you're also French at level 3. But anyways, I think even in the game they pronounce her Candace. But I think based off of what the region
Someone needs
is located,
assistance.
it should be pronounced Kandake.
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Not person occurs.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Realm who?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether,
Hmm.
and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh, yeah. It eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have
Hmm.
sat down and talked it out?
Oh, I should thank him for staying by for as long as he did.
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go!
Hmm.
Paimon feels like
Interesting.
a lot's hinging on this visit.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Now, I know sometimes dialogue, especially if I teleport. Garfield, is that you? Oh, actually, hold on. Let me go there on foot because sometimes dialogue can actually be cut off by me teleporting. No dialogue whatsoever? Wow, that's the thinnest fish I've seen. And then over there we have a gigantic one. You tell me they caught those fishes in this? I mean, I can kind of see that water does look deep enough, but still, come on. How is like a fish of that size supposed to make its way down here? That or they brought it here and then like the person just hanged it up. Oh, can I make it? Let's go. Whew. Okay.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to walk. I wanted to do not a stream, but a video of me. Although it's gonna be very long, because now I have of how the map is. Starting from Mondstadt, walking all the way to Leroy Harbor. And then here it gets a little bit tricky. Probably go in for a bit, then come back out through this road. And then probably go through here and then travel through these mountains. Until that or I could, if I don't remember how to, go through the chasm and out this way. Then I could just walk over the chasm and then boom. Go through Sumeru right here. Then go through Sumeru, go through here. And actually, no. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to go through the city. I'm going to have to come through here, take this road, and then take this. If we're following based off roads, if we don't like want to skip roads, I'm going to have to go through here. No, wait, then through here. But I don't think that's possible, so. Probably come through here, go through here, up through here, then head down towards Carvana Reabots. I think that's how you pronounce it. Go through here, boom, 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 go up, take this road, boom. From here it gets a little bit tricky, because I'm gonna have to come through here, I think, right, and then go all the way around. And then somehow end up here, drop down, and then end up right here. And then, now with Farina, I don't think it's possible even with Farina, because this is a humongous waterfall. So, I think I'm gonna have to take a boat. That or just go with Farina and just walk up here, take this, and then walk more water, and then just pretty much, there's no like actual road apart from the aqua bus to get to Fontaine. So I guess I could just take the aqua bus and then boom. That or I could take it, but then keep going until it ends, then walk, and then just end over here.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court.
I'll just plug in my phone in because it's dying.
Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
Huh.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Macarons.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Maloose and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all. Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask
I
you to
think
go
I
on a
have
trip
some.
just for those.
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet
Hmm.
flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
Alright. I should have wheat and sweet flour, I think, right? That would be found here, right? Or not? Here, maybe? Yeah, I have wheat. But is this sweet flour? No, it's coffee beans. That's flour. This is sweet flour. No, that's rice. I'm actually gonna see.
Ah, how did it go?
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was sweet flour, not a sweet flour. I should really just
You've all
take
done
my
your
time and
part.
look.
Just leave the rest to me.
But it was sweet flour, not a sweet
Whoa,
flour.
these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking
Okay, fine.
skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Were there two clockwork dogs back there?
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
Yeah, honestly,
I
yeah.
see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
I mean, once 4.9's done, that's it. We're going to Natland.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
Macaron.
I understand
I
now.
love the way she says it.
Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time. Feeling lucky?
Honestly. Oh, what even Navia like literally just does that?
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Oh, we can't destroy this. Oh, we can.
Ah.
I wonder what if we destroy that bush? I'm assuming it would just reappear back in the cutscene. Oh, did it not? Uh, A letter. Damn it. Okay. It doesn't look like it's that long of a quest. Doesn't look like it. So we should be able to. Wait, is this the one? It is. Just gonna skip through most of this. Actually, is it? Hold on. Is that the? Wait, hold on. This is the one I'm trying to do, right? Yeah, culture tells the stories of the spirit. Yeah. So we must do this one. This one doesn't look like it's a long quest. Like, in fact, usually you can tell how long a quest might be based off some of the rewards. Oh, take a picture. Actually no. Usually this is gonna. God damn it. I wonder what does this have to do with the like. I'm not sure how I even started this quest. I was actually like just traveling around. I was just traveling around, and all of a sudden, like when I was doing a commission, right around the area, I must have like skipped the area by like a pixel. But I think when I went too far to the left or right one time, I think this like a cutscene triggered. What, I'm assuming one of these characters is involved. I'm hoping I didn't mess up my sleeping schedule because I kind of fell asleep midday and woke up like around 4. Not midday, but I think I fell asleep like around 11 or 12, somewhere around there, and I woke up at 4, and I was like, oh fuck. I mean, I was already falling asleep before that. I was like just listening to music, closing my eyes, being, wrapped around my blanket, practically already asleep.
All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
Okay. This one, right? Oh, it's the other way around. It's across the city. Now let's see. Who was it that was so like so importantly needed?
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really... Yeah,
Oh, whoops,
you
my
could
bad.
say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I
Who
was
can
able to
that
give
be?
her
I
closure
see
at the
them in the
same
back right
time.
there, at the top right. Red coat, decently long boots, grayish pants.
She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too.
Oh,
But for now, let's focus on
no
giving her a
beard,
great
long
atmosphere to
face,
grow and thrive. She can
green
commit to us
eyes.
once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Is something up, Traveler? Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Now let me run that.
Stop right there!
Oh, 3 people. I got them.
We knew you were going to be difficult!
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take...
Is this a demo? It is. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this is me. Wait, whoa. How does there? Wait. What effects they use? They, of course. Why do they always insist on using noblesse? Wait, this is level 90. 22.1% crit rate. Is that's higher than Dea's one? This is 33. Interesting. And I can't unequip it, right? Yeah, I can't. So at level 90, mine's is actually going to be stronger at level 90.
Oh,
But then again, that's because it's my holiest build. C3, 8, plus with that C3 is 11, so 8.
coming at ya! Watch out!
Let's see how much damage. Usually it does 3,000,
That's the
4,000,
way.
2,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000. Okay. So I'm assuming even with noblesse, I think it wouldn't do that much damage.
Now,
Actually.
talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered, and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much!
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first. Huh? You're pretty sharp, but so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again,
I'll be right back.
I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
Alright, sorry. Wrong controller.
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Okay,
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other
Damn it.
side is willing to talk, I'm happy to
Nah,
open
it's
the
gonna
door
spill
for a
if I do this. I'm
reconciliation.
trying to open a juice right now.
Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an
I
eye is a
hate this type
primitive
of packaging
practice
too.
that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already
can
know
go.
that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though.
Alright.
If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
Right, so it's not much of a criminal, but more of a just a guy with a bad grudge. God damn it! Don't tell me it's gonna happen with. Okay, better. I keep forgetting that this part also, I think, belongs to her, right? Or are these just like more associated with her? I mean, we pretty much got to like stay in this semi-decent hotel. Is that one, right? Or which one was it? Oh yeah, it is this one. It's not really a hotel, but you know.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when
Sure.
there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendra? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia! If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all!
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
Now, by tomorrow, I should be able to max Navia's axe. Although I'm not sure about Navia herself. I'm only missing this. The spring of the first dewdrop.
Oh. Oh.
I'm only missing those. What? Just sit inside and wait for. Oh, just sit. Can we just sit anywhere? Boom. You enjoy fantastic meat? Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
Hello? Are you asleep yet? Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything. Don't worry, you don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired. Just think of it as keeping me company. How does that sound? Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
You know, I could try to play. I know there's a GeoGuessr, but like in Genshin, I could. Just could maybe try. I'm gonna just go for this one. I could try to play that GeoGuessr. Well, it's not called GeoGuessr. I forget what it's actually called, but I wouldn't mind playing it and see how well I do. I've been playing the games not since it came out, but you know, pretty early on in its since you know, yeah, just pretty early on in since its
How can you call
lifetime.
this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
Manual is more thrilling because you know once you caught the fish, you know it's more proud because you know you did the work and stuff. But automatic, it is more efficient. You know, you could probably catch more fish and bigger ones too. Ones you might not be able to reel in.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Yeah.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina. My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Maloose and
Hopefully
Silver
my
were
little
always there too.
brothers, because he's
No
talking in
matter
the
what
Nectarine.
Papa yelled,
I could
nobody
hear him, but
else
I'm
would
not sure
say
the
a
mic can.
word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone
Paimon's
was.
there. Her line was a
When
bit
I was
off.
young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Maloose come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing, to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
Wait, so we're gonna dive into the
You
water?
want Paimon to help too?
There's another rod. Continues to record fish. Also, can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck. I want to begin. We ready to head back? Mama discovers the real reason. Let me see why she couldn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Oh, wow.
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Oh my god. I knew it. He betrayed us.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
You know, I did have a slight suspicion of him. Just a tiny bit. And it was all the way back in +1. When Navia invited us to go with her and ask, what was his name? Whatever his name was, if he didn't mind, he was like, oh. And yeah, I'm assuming there was a reason why there was a person behind those bushes. But they backed off the moment they saw us.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. can't keep her eyes open anymore.
All right, go to bed.
That,
I
or
had a great time today.
it could be that he's just talking with him. The guy, I forgot the guy's name also. The other guy, the one with the red coat. He could just be passing on information to him and then from him to her.
See you tomorrow.
Maybe I shouldn't judge him too much right now, but
So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar.
Huh.
Wow.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Look at Navia's face. Holy. Damn.
See? This guy gets it!
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Something's up. Ain't no way we get that whole mechanism. Hold on. Where would it be? It wouldn't be here, right? It would be here. Or here. Wait, where's that whole thing? Oh, wait, hold on. Is it here? Doesn't look like it. Where did it go? Maybe it's over here? No. What is this from? Oh. Wait, where did it store that giant automated rod? It's not here because you said for the thingamajigs. Is it here? No. I don't know where it went. Going back to Passant. Whoa. That's a... Okay. Ooh, wait, hold on. Interesting. Any dialogue while we're going there? None? Ah, look how these guys respawned. Oh, is he getting like ready for combat?
Adele, we're back. We brought you a gift from the court too.
Whoa! Thank you so much, boss!
Oh yeah. It's this family. Yeah, I remember you guys now. You're the father that was shot, right?
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine.
Yes,
You're
sir.
truly just like the great heroes of legend.
Mm-hmm.
You're really amazing! And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too! What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
di Rosula uniform! Is it for me?
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed.
Oh, whoops.
But it's the Spina's
Wait, what was
responsibility
that?
to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it! Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeu and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeu and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
They have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeu and his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you? If the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Watch out, boss! What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeu too? Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Romeu promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. but it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know, but I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia. Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened, and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing? Have you ever considered that maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came?
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia, and my mom loves her too! I don't know how to explain it, but I like her, and that's that!
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Coming at ya!
Who the hell are these?
Umbrella warfare, I guess! Haha! Feeling lucky?
Oh god, there's more.
Proper send-off from the Spina with love. Feeling lucky?
I think all that matters is that they defeat him.
This one's got your...
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
I don't know, but I have to go.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Lit. Yo!
Gather! This is order.
Just gonna throw this.
Show 'em
Put
your
out
strength.
this.
Umbrella warfare, I
Okay,
guess.
wow, you just died even before I get to shoot you.
Feeling lucky? Haha! They certainly brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the right direction.
And pop goes the weasel.
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff. Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for? Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Okay, I'll do this quickly. More,
Let me turn this guy over. Oh, he's super heavy. He could probably eat a whole Paimon just for breakfast.
so, he's a no-go then, right?
Oh, you found it! That's amazing! That should do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now. Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too. Let's go. They're gonna bury Poisson!
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia! You can't block them all!
Block. I'm doing this the Spina way.
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time. It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeo really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Got it. That's good at least. Coulter, I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you, Navia.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person. Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left. Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me. I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
Alright. Honestly, not a bad cutscene. That's mainly what I look for towards... Oh, is the statue here? Hold on. It's the statue, isn't it? Yes, I see it. I think that's it, right? Or is that just part of the boat? No, I think it's just part of the boat. But I'm pretty sure it's the statue, right? Has the statue, like... Has it arrived, like, a long time ago, but he just kept it hidden for a surprise? Or... It has to be the statue, right? There's no way. We spent like the first part of this talking about the statue, taking pictures and posing for inspiration for the statues.
Yep.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's this?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Nice.
This is Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow. This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We're gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
Damn, Mr. Callus was tall. Oof. Oh, and 60 primos, let's go. This puts me just at 1,000. Yeah, I know last time, at the end of the stream, I was left with like 3. But yeah, I got to buy some so I can get the axe. It was more of a gamble than a yeah, I'm gonna get it here because remember I got the mist splitter, so I had a good chance of getting the mist splitter again, and then I'd be really screwed there. But luckily, I got the axe. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna end this, the stream. I'm gonna end the stream here, and I think apart from that, I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I don't think I am. I might just make a video saying how much, like how fun Navia is. But until then, please take care, guys, and I'll talk to you all later. I gotta find a better way to end these streams.